Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics.
What up, what up? Beginning of the week. Happy Monday, motherfuckers. How's it going? Yeah, I thought this one was pretty trippy. I thought we'd try something a little different. Boy, you have no idea what it took to turn this thing into a piece of artwork. How's everybody doing? 70 over the weekend. Last week looked like it was a pretty good week in the room. We had a really good week scorecard. Seeing a lot of people catch this crypto arc. We had the big bull flag of it. That was a fractal summer kind of laid out for a while. So I saw a lot of you guys play that. Good shit. Really good mechanical stuff coming out of the room. Day trading indexes, stocks, and cryptos, and Forex. So I think it's starting to shape up and look like what we talked about, right? In case any of you guys didn't catch it last week, we do more than just run our mouths, believe it or not. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, it's after that. Uno momento. You guys dig the artwork for the show this morning? A little bit simple, but see what I'm working with to get it, so. I put this piece of crypto history out. If you guys see it, do retweet it, right? It seems that a few people organically looked at this thing. This is crypto history. For anybody who doesn't realize, one of the things I spoke about Clonex, and I spoke in a few spaces recently about the positivity of the Zuki versus Clonex and how that really hurt the desire to join an ecosystem and people don't feel included. This is one of your greatest testaments. The reason I even pushed Doge back in January of 2014 is just the community's vibe, right? They don't have any technological innovation anyone cares about. It was just a fucking funny ass meme community. And they only had vibe. And that showed you how much staying power that's worth, I think people don't fully value that intangible of a positive energy that makes people feel like there's being part of something. People are emotional animals and they don't like to be somewhere they're not going to be there no matter what you're offering. So this was something, back here, if most people don't know, or if you've seen the history of it, where I'm getting attacked by Kobe in March of the same year about TAing altcoins. This is 2-3 months ahead of anyone having an idea that's even a thing. And this is where mainstream shitcoins actually start, is pushing to put them on the largest, what would become the largest venue for, market and analytics. So, this is Doge 27, and this is Doge Army. I was working with some guys in Doge Radio, and this was the original pump crew of Doge that got this thing listed and brought the shitcoins that run the exchanges with it, and then that opened the floodgates for what you guys came to love as your altcoin summers. So a little bit of crypto history for you. Timestamp forever, and that's the CEO of TradingView. They actually recruited me for a really, really accurate LTC chart And I didn't act as a moderator, like doing chats or anything. I literally was just brand representation. Let me show you what this website can do. So I'm the like lead technician for whatever, if you want to think of it that way. I'm showcasing accuracy on analytics on markets that people don't know you can do it on, which is crypto. So this is forever timestamped in history, but this is the email to basically make that push to get you guys what ultimately allowed for us to have our NFT market today and our shitcoin market develop, along the path it did develop for us to be where we are in 2023. 83 viewers. Looks like Skeleton Crew vibes, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too early, right? Because I'm usually about 20 minutes later than I fucking pulled off this morning. I did make an effort to get all my analysis done and try to get the artwork done. So I got done early, and to do the background of this one, believe it or not, I actually painted an acrylic version of the background first, and then I rendered it, and then I merged it with the original photo of this to create that look. So it's actually a lot more work into that than you think. So I burned up the extra time I saved myself by finishing prep early by fucking dicking around and going back and forth between a bunch of programs. But I definitely come out with some cool stuff now, and changing my workflow so I can try to get the artwork done at a speed, but get some kind of ingenuity to it also, OG of the OG. You already know. So yeah, did experience a really cool combination of doing digital effects with like original paintings and with the Nevermind picture. So working on some cool new workflows that I think will produce some really kick-ass stuff in the coming shows. So let's see. Are you guys giving me any scorecards for the weekend? Like, good grief, you guys ain't writing nothing. Let's see. Let me look over here. Oops, wrong button. God damn. Okay. Jester, sweet. Thank you, Jesus. And Stevie D. All right. Did I read this one already? 3 days ago. 1 day ago. I have a funny feeling I read this guy already. No, I think this is the last one I read 5 days ago. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's do some war stories early. Okay, I definitely haven't seen that one. Let's see what you got here. This war story is about patience and perseverance. Okay, sounds like a war story for sure. With this picture in it, this has got to be a war story. By December 2022, I was feeling like the sad, overweight man below that failed to find the diamonds. By this time, I had been learning a ton within acolytes for 2 to 3 months, but I had hated how I overtraded and how mentally exhausted I was by the effort for little reward. I knew I had to change my ways by being more patient, avoiding the low time frame market noise as long I'm within the right directionality and playing higher time frames. So when I got stopped out of my high time frame play on Nike, only to watch it go up another 10% the next day after earnings, I was really defeated. Oh wow, right. Yeah, earnings can be a real bitch. They'll blow everybody out of the book before they get it. I really got gutted after this 1R, lost 1R on it. Thankfully, I continued to do what I do. I showed up for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams, keep up with Discord, be active in the concept calls at the very least, continue to hold my high-res positions that I had already entered as opposed to selling it all. With that perseverance and much-needed holiday break, I was able to find another entry into TSM that Cass had shown during morning market prep. I managed to pull off 2 amazing plays by my standards that I closed this week. For a point of reference, I rarely had any plays that resulted in more than 4 to 5 Rs. And this is good, like, to know what your base range is, allows you to kind of develop a strategy around what you normally experience, Never plan for the anomalous thing. Plan for, like, your normal statistics. And when you do get anomalous results, that's just extra gravy on top. Wow, 22 R's off of CCJ. We just recently talked about that on the show. Oh yeah, this white line is, he said, this is my projection of CCJ. Is that what you said? Very cool. And this is also Taiwan Semi, 32 fucking R's, beast mode. So that should help catch you up on a lot of lackluster performance for December. And that's kind of all you need, right? Like this buys you 32 mistakes. That's how you guys have to think about this stuff, and that's why it's worth measuring this. A lot of people look at this and think people don't miss. No, people miss. The reason that we want to have super high R's, if we can get them, is they buy you as many mistakes as possible to get your next win. And 32 fucking, mistakes is definitely, the statistics are in your favor to win again before you burn those up. getting 32 there and getting 19, like 22. He's got 54 mistakes he can make. If he keeps his risk management structured, he can fuck up 54 times and he's flat. That's really what it's all about, right? I have no idea what that was. But yeah, really good, Stevie D. Looks good, man. That's good. Way to come back there. I like this. This is a great representation, right? Yeah, don't quit, man. You're always very close to value. It's very true, especially when you feel like shit. Trust me, I know something about feeling like shit and being close to value. So like, trust me, you feel like shit. That's when you gotta look around, because that's when your emotions blind you to everything that's like right next to you, and you're always very close to value. It's never hidden, right? It's just hidden by the way you feel. That's a better way to say it, right? Not, not that your eyes can't see it, just your emotions, the way you feel makes you unable to see everything in front of your face. That's this one. All right. And I'll just do that after I do the next one. Higher time frames. Higher time frame plays that planned for very well. Higher time frame plays that I planned for very well with the help of the shows and the prep and acolytes. Positives: incorporated some freshly reviewed concepts from the acolyte concept calls that gave me extra conviction in taking these plays. Also had very small watch list, was only sticking to higher time frames. Working points. Management. I managed this a bit too aggressively and only had small portion left when it hit those final R's. So we'll be reviewing my management and see what I can adjust to be less aggressive. Overall, happy but can always improve. Big thanks to Cash for pushing us to be more active during the EU time zones, which has helped me a lot in terms of having concepts fresh in my mind by reviewing them daily with people. And plus, I'm a morning person, so that's dope for me. Thanks for everything you do. For sure, for sure. Yeah, the EU sessions, I mean, with like the DAX and the CAC being so strong, it's like a big lost opportunity. Because, and with my community, I do know we've become very USA market centric. And that, you have people in Europe who, UK and Germany who've adjusted to waking up in their afternoons to trade the USA and have completely overlooked the correlation of their own, native markets. And it's culturally not even popular. You guys take it for granted. Some of you guys in the States, like, it's not a thing to like day trade the stock market in like England. People don't grow up thinking about they're going to be day traders at all. Like, we have a real degen mentality in the States, a real hangover from the internet bubble era. People don't like day trade. Like, young people aren't looking to like day trade in the Netherlands or in Japan. None of that. So it's something that you guys realize is a huge missed opportunity. Like, you talk about, like, opportunities where no one is. There's nobody. Many of the traders who are in Europe here, there's nobody your age who's actively looking to capitalize on the DAX moon pumping right now. So very good shit. And I didn't look at what those plays were. Those were Caterpillar, nice, and Freeport McMoran. So that was copper, and that was an industrial. So very good shit. Yeah, we had both those on the show. And then I said I was going to look at earnings for the week. So if we're getting into earnings season, so now we give a shit about this. So now we can get somebody that can really like move something. So let's see who we got. Energy guys, Halliburton you probably care about. Defense guys, Raytheon you'll care about, since those guys have been on fire. Microsoft you'll always care about. Boeing you'll always care about. These are a lot that are market movers. With transports and railroads, you probably want to see what CXS, not so much. Nucor with basic materials is probably something to keep an eye on, the way basic materials have been going. And in airline stuff, you have two of them that's worth paying attention to: Visa, Intel, Chevron, American Express. All of these are market moving guys. I guess next week you'll probably see Apple and stuff. So yeah, we're into a decent period of like, guys that can cause some distortions in their given spaces. So worth putting, they're not all worth paying attention to if you're not like, in anything to do with transports or defense. You probably don't give a shit about Boeing. So obviously all these don't matter for everything you're doing. But for energy, Chevron and Halliburton, you're going to give a fuck about them, with where energy is right now. And also Hess. So that's a decent. So we'll pay attention to this for the next couple of weeks. You should see, like, when Apple shows up in Tesla, we'll want to see when those guys come out. And then number things. Do we have number things? Okay, let's see. Some Euro PMI, Lagarde speaking Monday. More PMI CPI Tuesday. Thanks for the summary. Wednesday, Bank of Canada speaks. And PC on Friday for U.S. inflation. Fed is quiet period until FOMC. Next FOMC is week after next, 131.21. Okay, so yeah, the Fed is quiet. We're waiting for them. They're your next big, market jarring event. So yeah, not a whole lot of U.S. news flow this week. So this stuff here is good to pay attention to for like currencies and stuff like that. BOC will be important to see, like, things in Euro CAD and Pound CAD and Dollar CAD. This will be a market moving event for the Canadian currency. This may or may not do some damage to the pound itself, but watching the FTSE and the pound with this is probably worth doing for anybody who's trading that. If anybody is actually trading that. Is anybody trading that? Do any of you guys trade the FTSE or any UK stocks? I know we got some people trading like Germany and CAC. Do you got any guys trading the UK on the show? Let's see, where are we at time-wise? 8:45. I'm doing good on time. Tesla, I don't see Tesla on that list. Do you see Tesla? I didn't see it. We got 108, guys. What is going on? Pretty low. Gonna take a smoke break on that. What a revelation. What are we not doing enough of? Concept calls wise, we teach you guys how to read strength, how to, basic level on reading baskets and stuff. Is there anything that you guys feel that you're not getting right now from the station? Good analysis and, concept call training. Or I'm making people so smart they don't think they need the show anymore. That's always a thing. That does happen. I want my guys to be able, right? I want you to even know when to fucking realize that I've made a mistake. We don't want you to be dependent on the show, that's for sure. But if the show has brought you to a place where you have achieved a certain level of proficiency, then using the show in tandem with your proficiency is going to be leverage for you, right? Anyway, that's the vision. So hopefully those guys are still watching the show later. All right. We're going to get the show done early since we got it started early. All right. Let's see. All right, where we at? Wrong chart. So some macro things. Shall we shed some light on the situation, or rather a little illumination? All right, let's go back to where we always start. I need to clean this up, but I can't get over all our people names. So we're still watching this angle here. If we were going to get a bear flag, we're recoiling inside of the space right now. So this would extend the low resolution uptrend you've got here if we manage to break out of energy's death to a nation level. So that's the next high to fall if this is going to actually generate that. For now, we're still watching the potential bear flag situation as it develops. Diamonds, a lot weaker here in the pullback. So if you guys saw, we talked about diamond QQQ, we're pumping really hard, and this big pullback in diamonds, it was basically a tech squeeze that we had. So you had Tesla and some of these guys come out of the trenches that we talked about on this 2B of this volume range, and tech bounced a lot harder than industrials did. Industrials actually took it on the chin. So as we pay attention to this, we look at where that is right now, and that's worth paying attention to since it was kind of the leader at one point. And then where the Qs are at this point, we're also paying attention as they've held, like I told you, a key location that we want to see hold, or otherwise under here. Oh, damn, that's not one piece. Otherwise, we can structure out underneath this and make a big fall. So for right now, this is the line in the sand for NASDAQ. So this is either a really crazy short squeeze at the beginning of something else, but we don't have to decide on what that is right now. We'll just follow the trend of what we've got. So with that said, we should draw this in more correctly. I'm going to track it. That's so gradual. I'm just going to watch how it's behaving like so. So, it could be a rotation on this angle and structure out in a higher resolution and keep squeezing. And so I'm going to kind of watch that to see what it does. And that can also be true of what's going on here. If this is actually going to rotate the angle and follow the Dow out, we're obviously going to pay attention to it, and the phantom zone up here. DXY things, if you guys been following this guy's been, grinding his way down since we showed you this little box range, and that resulted in like a decent movement, the euro tracking out higher. Saw some of you guys hit some really good plays on this stuff. Some of you guys hit some like yen plays. I think I showed you guys this last week, where you're watching the pound yen sitting on top of an old system. So there's definitely some stuff in currency land to pay attention to across the yen basket. I would keep track of a couple yen pairs right now. Some of these guys look kind of interesting as far as these big pullbacks have been, but they're all pretty decently high resolution structured bull flags. So worth watching right now. DXY things, where I already said that already. VIX things. VIX things. This is the chart I did it on, yes. So what we're paying attention to now is this trend line. And if the VIX rotates this area over here, this box range we projected, he wicked out the base of it. If he goes up through it and rotates the angle going back to 21, right, this would be like no bueno. So that's kind of a check on that low resolution uptrend we see in the market. We want to see that if this goes back through, that would be kind of a caution. And we got Stevie D, who just gave us a nice war story over there, like lurking in the midst. So keep eyes on this. Right now you're watching that. And if that rotates down off of 21 and stays inside the angle, we can fucking squeeze a lot harder. So that's the line in the sand we're watching right now. That should probably be if you're in low res, this kind of what should be a key item in your prep to keep your eyes on. So Pump City is if you get this again, right? And if he goes arcing out of here, it's big danger. Take this out. Here, let me back up real quick. That big yellow line coming down. So this is kind of like a channel. I should probably draw him a little bit more accurately now. Yeah, you never said new low. Okay. So that's kind of the angle. So yeah, that's more accurate than where this drawn one is. I'll just delete that guy. And I did kind of anchor that kind of arbitrary point. But I think that's what matters right here. It's about what we're watching. So yeah, we're watching kind of to see if we get back above 21. And if anything that happens like in a range, here is our danger zone. God, can't ever think of another color that I like besides like the three colors. Fuck. Alright, I'll make his ass purple. Well, no, that's stupid. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's what we keep eyes on. So we see anything structured out in here, that's like, caution. Alright, and then crypto things. There's that arc, right? And you guys see why I draw that curve motion, right? You kind of see it. Like, I know price is kind of, we talk about wave logic, but you can kind of see how it like catches momentum in arcs, right? That's kind of what we talk about when we look at it, like, projecting this channel and what he could do. That Troll X Emotions was, something crazy. So far, so good. He's arced. We got our rotation in the wave that changed angles and then arcs some more. So now we have to see how he structures out as he's at this last high to put in the low in the bull flag, right? So we know all major wave, highs are their own crash cycles. So we want to pay attention to how he deals with this local high. So you should get some kind of structure, which you may be getting right now, that lets you make a plan if he's going to continue arcing his way up to this next range. And then BTC actually caught a little strength, and he came out of his exact his channel the same, and got much stronger than a few guys out there. So BTCD picked up some strength. That's generally not what you really want to see. You don't really want to see Bitcoin pump over everything. You like to see, like, if you saw LTC BTC gave us an idea that there was risk-seeking behavior in the market, because nobody in their right mind would buy LTC over BTC unless they were going to speculate on other shitcoins also. Where was it? LTC, god damn it. Oh, that's the wrong one. LTC, BTC. Wrong fucking chart. Right, this one. We've been tracking it. I gotta put these things together. It drives me fucking crazy. Stop it. Right, so when we had detected this like little channel, we're like, this low resolution uptrend, if he kept going and he became a 2B and he rotated his bull flag, and this chart, by the way, is in your OnlyFans, the original OnlyFans, if you still have access to the site. If you don't know where that's an old one, but we had actually put this out a while ago to watch for this potential 2B and bull flag, and this would be a sign of risk-seeking behavior inside crypto, because this is like layer 2 risk over layer 1. And I don't mean layer 1 protocols. I mean just that this is like second tier shitcoin land versus BTC, which is your staple. So at any rate, yeah, we want to keep eyes on this, because our main swing level that we like out of here is still up above all of this. And if he doesn't make it and he rotates down, that's going to be like caution. But for now, it looks like it's holding the low of 2017, and it's 2B on that. So if it creates any higher floor on this pullback, and price does something like this, that would be extremely bullish for crypto. So we'll make that, no, we'll make it something else. Jeez. See, it's like I don't have enough colors or something. Well, that's a projection. I'll just make this, fuck it, boring. All right, so yeah, so that's crypto things. Currency things, crypto things, VIX things, stock things. I think that's it. So I'm gonna burn up too much time. It's 8:57. I'm gonna get symbols. I'm gonna get off the show early today. This is gonna happen. Watch this. I'm gonna get you guys enough time to cool the fuck down, because I know that's definitely a problem. So gotta get there. All right. Sorry, I haven't been able to see my chat for a second. Where are we at? Let's look at Euro later. Okay, I know somebody's asked that a few times. I thought CCJ and stuff. I think I've been pulling up the uranium guys. I like seeing that you guys are asking more symbols from around the planet. I'd never look at these if you guys never did. Like Australian symbols, very fascinating. Robbie, lots of practice, but life beckons at the same time. Everything you do is certainly appreciated. Shout out to Robbie. Appreciate the bit, sir. Can we take a look at U.S. oil? Baba, next FOMC. Yep, got that. Shout out to Perky G. Appreciate you, sir. All right, that's our symbols. That doesn't look like too much. Guys, take it easy on me today. Don't be crazy, though. I'm going to do these. I'm going to get you out of here quick. All right. What did you say now? Where'd it go? Euro. Well, is that where? What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. There's the Euro chart. Right, so remember we've been tracking Euro since 2019 on the show, and we had seen it, right? We talked about how bearish people were. I mean, they were super bullish, and they were waiting for this rotation, and it literally just destroyed everybody with COVID, and then nobody talked about uranium again. So now uranium is part of this really monstrous rotation we see in all things energy, right? Like, it's not just Euro so much as it's like a lot of things. This is solar on top of it, and like, you can see the structural similarities of solar. And then you get, we put some energy things on it. And there's a lot of shit going on in energy, everything, right? So it's kind of an overall broad energy basket you're watching here as like, the world is just forever at a shortage of energy in production. So I think we're watching that as part of a broader situation going on in dirty energy and in solar. So we're tracking this big ass bull flag sitting on top of your old system that has a high from the 2017 cycle. It peaked earlier than crypto and other risk assets, but that's where the high comes from. And so if it keeps basing on here, that's it's pretty bullish as it's sitting pretty cleanly on top of the previous system. So if it rotates, I told you watch things like CCJ and stuff, who is tracking this angle right now, and this kind of would probably correlate with like if this is gonna hold like this projection we did. And this one's crazy. If you guys realize this is from the show. We projected it here. This is the actual wave for CCJ. It did literally the exact wave for it. So if it holds the angle by doing this, then Euro likely rotates its bull flag sooner than later. And then that would also correlate to some things that we see in other energy guys I think are worth paying attention to, right? Because some of these dudes like over in solar also look pretty fucking crazy. So back up. And we've had this guy on watch since he was inside this shockwave also from 2019. All right. VLVLY. What is this? VLVLY. Oh, it's Volvo. No shit. Is that the symbol for Volvo? No shit. Well, you can see they do have some kind of correlation here. And let's put cars on it. So he looks like cars and he doesn't look like Ford or GM. Interesting. He's the strength right now in cars. And with Tesla, right? That last bounce they've all got. Okay. Tesla got smoked the hardest, but in this last bounce that's going on here, the only guys that have it is Tesla and Volvo. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so Volvo's a strong car. I would not have looked that up had you not said this. OTC. Heavy machinery and industrial also. Indeed. Okay, yeah, he's definitely got some other things going on here. I do see that. It says truck and construction farm machinery. It doesn't look like it's Volvo the car. It looks like it's more Volvo, industrial. So, all right. Looks a little thin. I guess that's what you're watching right now with this guy. I think your high angle, him back above this, is what you'd want to see. Stable above this. And I think this is all you could really be watching on him right now as he tracks back across the angle. Can play that low resolution uptrend if he keeps it up to the trigger. If he goes through the trigger to it, to this angle. I don't think he goes right through something like this. He probably has more consolidation time before he actually set to get out of this thing. If I had to guess, I'd say he's probably better situated somewhere out here. Maybe he has a structure. Something along, you know, my hand got stuck. Not my best freehand squiggle. Something along those lines is possible. But I would say his area that you're paying attention to him to fucking, you know, take off in is above that, a little bit above the trigger. Like, just station underneath this noise. Trucks and bulldozers. Gotcha. John Deere, yeah. He'd be comparable to like probably a deer and cat if he's doing that stuff. But you know, I don't know that side of Volvo. But yeah, these guys that all have that same strength, VL, VLY. Doesn't have the exact correlation with those guys either. A little bit. Kind of interesting. This most recent pump, that's he doesn't have the dump those guys do. He's just a little bit different. I don't know. Seems very correlated there. Seems pretty correlated there. So he could be a laggard on those dudes. If he's a laggard of those guys, you know, if you play strength, I think, you know, these guys are your best to breed up here. You know what I mean? So that's probably the proper grouping for that guy. Where'd he go? XRT retail stuff. So we are keeping track of stuff like Macy's. There's a big old pump going on retail this morning. It's up 7%. I'm not sure who got the upgrade, but somebody in here probably got some kind of ridiculous upgrade. If anybody knows who it is, let me know. Tesla's probably part of it. We know we had Nike on watch. Nike had to get rid of. I don't know. Somebody inside of there must have like some earnings pump or something like that for XRT to be up like that. Not sure who it is. If you guys know who got it, let me know. So retail, don't like that as much in an inflation environment. But if we look at this as an index, you know, there's your old system high. He's definitely held that. This entire collapse started with Powell basically changing, you know, Fed policy and smashing retail, and you know, industrial taking a huge rotation. So we are watching that, and if we had to look at like a range of like what's going on here, this thing's been shit since like basically May, and I would watch. Say it's kind of what he did on the 2B outside the range that he first came into. He's attempting to set a higher floor right here. So he's gapping through. This would actually, you know, create that situation where he's done this. So now something structural on top of this and another rotation out is probably what you'd want to see. And this guy can catch some life. Yeah. So I know Shopify. Oh, it's Shopify, isn't it? Shopify got an upgrade. Let's see. At him, he's up 3% this morning. So like some guys that look like that, right? See this range that we marked over here? Same range. So there's going to be continued squeeze in the marketplace. And some of these risk assets that got crushed into dust are going to rotate with it. Then that whole range you see there, that's where this entire core of volume is. And that is kind of what you want to see in this big collapse. If we can get on top of that, that would actually be really bullish to see something structure out like up here. So the fuck is this thing keep going? Jesus Christ. So what you're tracking with this guy is potentially a trend from here, right? A rotation from what he did like this, and rotate down and then track out and actually line up to do something up here. So that'll be some stuff that like, you know, pencils out with that. He's not a fit for that. Shopify, Etsy. Let's see Etsy. That looks like a big ass bear flag to me. But low resolution uptrends, we'll keep track of them, right? If this squeeze catches people sleeping, then that's kind of what we're watching, right? We rotate these angles, we pay attention to that. But for right now, I think that's what you can see there. Wayfair's up 11%. Okay, and he's in the fucking ground. Wow, he got upgraded by JP today. What a timely upgrade JP just did. Really? He upgraded this thing? That's a 2B of this low over here, and then that's a perfect, let me look real quick. JP Morgan coming in with a pump. So that's a low, stop run, perfect bottom, and JP pumps it out of the box. No way. What a bunch of fucking jokers. So, okay, that's funny. All right, let me go back to your list. Fuck, I lost track of that bitch. Where'd it go? Yo, I can't see the list. Where did it go? Matt, post it again. I can't see it. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. I found it. Never mind. Okay, WDS. So XRT. Yeah, you know what I know now. WTS, WDS, ASX, Woods, Energy, Minerals, Oil, and Gas. So watching that with a couple of the other energy names, right? Really humongous shockwaves. We talk about the XOP. OIH, you know, all things energy look fucking humongous. This WTS looks the same. Big ass bull flag. Very clearly. We're sitting right under the last high to put you in the low. So definitely a good place to watch how this whole situation resolves itself. This is a 3-day. What am I on 3-day? Let's put that down to this. And I think a lot of things energy look pretty bullish in the States, you know, when I look at stuff over here. What can I put this on? There's a bunch of energy guys right there. And this is kind of like the whole place, the whole world looks like that energy right now, right? Just from like talking about TAN and Euro and stuff like that. These guys are all kind of cocked and loaded right there in different sides of energy. So definitely worth looking at. U.S. oil. U.S. oil, I mean, we use CL. And so we have that proxy right there. So I had this angle I put on here from this like little, three-peat that popped up that we kind of bounced on. And then I watched a downward angle of this pullback right here against the angle. And there's a possible rotation here. And with a couple energy things looking bullish, I kind of gave this some possibility that we might hold above this old trigger level right here that we had, marked. And there's a chance to rotate it with some of these energy things that look pretty strong also. So kind of keeping track of this. Right, this ultimately did take the corrective chill that we thought it would from hitting this region, and now we have to see if it's got enough strength to get going again. Maybe it's done. It's actually holding that, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty solid. So still tracking that angle at least right now. So there's a couple things that look like that. Right? We saw CCJ look like it's holding a really weird angle like that also. So pretty interesting, right? So worth keeping your eyes on to see if that follows through and tracks behind it. All right, so Baba. We talked about Baba and Baidu already. You guys had that in Only Stands inside of Discord. And so these guys pumped out pretty good. Is that what chart is that for Baidu? That's not Baidu. This Baidu. That Baidu. That's your OnlyFans Baidu. Simple chart. So right now, if it's if this is going to continue, there's a lot of stuff like in K-Web that I was watching that looks pretty good. This pretty much is like what you're seeing in Baidu and Baba. Baidu right now, I think if this is going to keep strengthening, you're going to see relative strength in China continue. Then this can keep on doing the arc that we said here. You just be tracking at lower resolutions to see what he does next. So as the tech market looks stronger, some of these guys are looking strong with tech also, and are worth paying attention to. So that's kind of what you're seeing right now. If this angle is going to keep tracking, he's just going to keep pushing. That's Baidu. Baba, correlates pretty good with it, and he's a little stronger. So he's already out of like a much smaller shockwave. Beware, you've got this gap, and it's kind of like a hairy area right here. So this little trigger that we drew here, see where's that at? All right, let's draw that properly. So that's the area you're gonna watch right now on the upside. This high that put us down into this low, right, is our next most significant high. God, get this thing out of here. So we'll probably look for an interaction on that level. Give you some kind of a structure off of it. And that's possible. If he stalls on it, that would be very big time caution. If he pulls a bear flag onto that and rotates back out of there. But for right now, I mean, China's definitely looking pretty fucking bullish, and no one's really got eyes on this. I think the FUD's been in on China, and they've been not participatory with a lot of what was going on in the relative strength of the market from 2021. So I think the sentiment's definitely out on them, and no one's really paying attention to it. So this does have room to possibly keep running, and it does look good. And these guys look a lot better than than the overall index does. So, all right, did I get it done early? 9:16. Look at that. Saved you a cool 15 minutes, like I promised. What do we get up to? 123. All right, I don't feel totally rejected. Appreciate everybody that do some business support the show. January affect things, right? Let's try to keep our planning tight. You guys in Europe, I definitely like seeing the turnout that's going on in Europe. Trading hours. And for all you guys who have been really active, you see exactly like Stevie D said, the drift is real. And if you don't utilize the community and the other eyes that you have to give yourself another vantage point, you're doing yourself a disservice in there. So by all means, participation is key. You don't know what you're going to get from it, but the people who are more active do see better results. So I'll catch up with you guys probably tomorrow morning in prep. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to Welcome.